Second one is a steer and locate. The same drill, except on the second cue, the coach is going to signal to a ball carrier behind the shield to go left or right. So now what the linebacker has to do is he's in lockout. The coach will be behind the linebacker. The running back is about 4 or 5 yards facing the linebacker. The coach will tell the back which way to go. So on the first cue, he'll buzz his feet. On the second cue, the running back will go left or right. So now he's got to turn which way. He's got to steer the proper way. So he's got to read where that running back is going and then steer and locate the ball carrier and tackle him. So now we don't predetermine. He's got to read that running back and steer properly using his proper technique. Go ahead, coach. So in the lockout position, buzz the feet, steer. I'm just giving obviously a slow look here. This is 6 in the morning last Friday, so we're trying to mimic already the fact that we've created separation. We're trying to find the ball, and we're trying to make them react to the way the ball carrier is going and then steer the proper direction. All right, and then we want to club up and make the tackle. A couple more going. We obviously work it both ways. But again, we want them to read that. Which way is he going? Steer. Make the tackle. Locate, make the tackle. Okay. The third drill we do in the shed is steer, locate, and pursue, we call it. Steer, locate, and pursue. What we're trying to mimic here is, let's say we steered the wrong way and the ball carrier went back that way. We want to just teach our linebackers that we can reroute. We're going to trail flow with proper leverage, catch the ball carrier to make the tackle, or we then add in a trail strip technique, one of our takeaways. So what we're trying to show here is, well, he steered the wrong way, cut back. His hand movement there was securing the tackle and trail stripping. Obviously, it will be much more dynamic on the field and during practice. These guys are just kind of showing you the mechanics of the drill. But again, he steers. So the running back knows on the second cue to go left, and then he knows to cut back. Again, we're trying to mimic. Okay, we steered the wrong way, or it's a cutback, and we want to get that linebacker to reroute himself, react, get in the play, make a tackle, or trail strip. So those are the 3 drills we use in our shed progression. All right, coach. All right, then we put it all together. There's 3 drills we use where we combine these. The first one we call is a downhill, and you can show that right away, coach. What it essentially is, we're going to shock and shed 2 blockers coming at us as we move downhill, and then we're going to club up to air. Okay, what we often see with this drill is these guys are going way too fast. You can see Mike's going way too fast. We want them to slow down and finish these drills. Sometimes we have a little bit more proximity, so he's trying to slow down there and just work on his technique. So all we're doing is mimicking coming downhill, 2 blockers coming at us, and we're going to shock and shed. The second one, downhill and locate, all we're doing is adding a tackler. So this is predetermined, left or right. We work both left or right. Here, same thing. He'll have 2 blockers that will come at him in succession. We have the downhill shuffle, shock and shed, and then make a tackle. Go ahead, coach. Downhill and locate. See the third guy back there is mimicking the running back. Shock and shed, shock and shed. He comes across and we'll tackle. Okay. Now, the running back here can be a wheel. We can use wheels if you want to use that. We'll have the running back at different angles. He may run for the edge. He may run and cut back. He may come downhill right at him. We may have the running back start at different locations behind the 2 blockers just to change up the drill. This is just one angle, one example we're showing. And obviously we'll work this both ways. And our last one is, when we put it together, Coach, go to the next one, go right to the drill. Yeah, okay. This next one is turn and react. Okay, what we do in this drill, just hold it for a second there. Turn and react, as you really kind of saw there, is what will happen is the linebacker will face the two offensive guys, and the coach will tell which of the two guys he wants to be the blocker, which is going to mimic the running back. So the linebacker doesn't know which it is. Once that's determined, the linebacker turns around. The first cue, he buzzes his feet. The second one, he turns. Now he's got to read which one's coming at him. He's got to take him on, steer properly, and make a tackle. It could be either side. So to give you a couple examples of this. Again, these are our graduating seniors at 6 a.m. giving us our best effort, so they're giving you good examples of what it looks like. In practices, you know, we get a lot more dynamic with it, but these drills are ones. We will use versions of these throughout the season, maybe portions of each one based on how much indie time we have. But there's something that we work on all the time. Again, we're trying to work on kids' hands. And if you guys talk with a lot of college coaches, they will tell you, or they've told me anyway, that a lot of the kids in high school on defense, they need to learn how to use their hands. A lot of them are coached well, but the hands piece is something that they really got to work on. So what we try to do is try to get our kids in our technique-based drills to get to use their hands and use their hands properly so they get comfortable with it and hopefully become better football players. So that's our shock and shed progression. Again, we use that throughout the year, different versions of it. We will use the spike sled for the same way without the pad with the bars, and we'll have them hold those two bars, and then they'll rotate. They're not going to turn the sled, but they'll mimic the hand work with the sled. We've done that before. Sometimes we put a weight plate on it so it's a little heavier. So they've got to kind of extend with the spike sled. We don't use it that often, but we have. We like the shields because they're easier, they're quicker for setup, and they've been real effective for us. So, Coach, anything else to add to our shock and shed progression? I think that's pretty much covers that.